Hello, welcome to Tennessee's at Home Learning Series for Math. Today's lesson is for all third grade out there, though all children are welcome to tune in. This lesson is number 15 in a series. My name is Lisa Sharkley and I'm a third grade teacher at Venus Stewart Elementary in Gallatin. I'm excited to be your teacher for this lesson. Welcome to my virtual classroom. If you didn't see the previous lesson, you can find it on the Tennessee Department of Education's website at www.tn.gov/education. You can still tune in to today's lesson if you hadn't seen any of the others, but it might be better if you go back because I'll refer back to them. Today, we'll be learning about finding the area of irregular shapes. Before we get started, for you to fully participate, you'll need a pencil and a sheet of paper. Okay, you ready? Let's get started. I first have my vocabulary up here. Lesson 15, Area Key Vocabulary. Please say these words with me. Area, irregular shape, regular shape, and decompose. Those are our words that we'll be using in this lesson. Again, today we will be learning about finding the area of irregular shapes, or finding the area. Let's review how we can find the area of these rectangles. To find the area of these rectangles, we could, two different ways we've been talking about area. We could, yes, I agree. We could count each square unit, all the ones that are shaded, or we can multiply length times width. Two ways we've practiced finding area this week. Let's look at this first one. I'm going to count. I'm going to use the multiplication method. It helps. It's a better strategy for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 rows. 5 times, how many's in each row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5 times 7. I could count by 5 7 times, or I can use my model. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. 5 times 7 is 35. And I need to make sure, since we're talking about area, how should it be labeled? 35 square centimeters. Square centimeters. And the cm is abbreviated for centimeters. All right, let's look at this problem. This gives me the length times width. So I definitely want to do a multiplication problem to go with this one, because area equals length times width. Okay, so I'd say 2 times 9, give me the product, and you should be saying 18. 18 square m, and that m stands for meters. All right, that was a good way to get us warmed up and going this morning. Today, we're going to use what we know about finding the area of rectangles to find the area of irregular shapes that we can break apart into rectangles. Let's look at a problem together, okay? And this says Mr. Shelton. He's our assistant principal at our school at Venus Stewart. Mr. Shelton's desk is shaped like this. The length of each side of the desk is labeled in feet. Find the area of Mr. Shelton's desk. We're going to work on decomposing it. We are going to decompose it. How can we decompose or break apart this irregular shape into smaller shapes to find the area? All right, first, I'm going to decompose it right here. I'm going to break it apart right here. So I have a rectangle and a square. I'm making it into two smaller shapes, and I'll find the area of both shapes and then I'll put it back together again. So as I look at this one, I'm going to put it back up here. Area equals length times width. So let's find the length of this first rectangle. And I bet you're saying 3. That's my length times how wide is it? What's my wide? That's how wide it is, 7. 3 times 7 equals, yes, you're right, 21. 21, okay? We have our area for this first piece, 21 feet. I'll put that there. Now let's work on this piece. Let's find our length. Oh, going down, here we go. 3 times, let's find our width going across. 3. 3 times 3 equals 9. Yes, you put my 9 here. 9 feet. Now I decomposed it. I broke apart our irregular shape into 2 smaller shapes. Now I need to put it back together again. Let's add 21 plus 9. 1 plus 9 equals 10. 0. Carry my 1. 1 and 2. 3. 30 square feet would be the answer to the area of Mr. Shelton's desk. Could I have broke it apart or decomposed it in another way? I could. Let's find another way. Using the same problem. Let's find another way. Let's use a vertical line this time. Let's use a vertical line. Let's see if I put it right here. A vertical line. Let me move that line over just a tad bit so you can kind of see. So now I have 2 rectangles, here and here. Let's do the exact same thing. Let's find the area of each one and then we'll put it back together again. Let's start with this one. All right. I'm looking for area length times width. My length, I have my 3, times, let's find my width. How wide just is this piece? Hope you're saying 4. 3 times 4 equals 12. All right, I have my 12. That's my area of this first piece. Let's go to this piece. What's the area? Okay, length times width. Length 6 times, let me circle my 6. My width 3. 6 times 3 equals, yes, 18. All right, now I would add up the 2 products to get a sum. 2 plus 8 equals 10. 0. Carry my 1. 1, 2, 3. 30. 30 square feet. As you can see, both times I came up with the same area, even though I broke them apart differently or decomposed them differently. Let's keep going. It's important that you understand that irregular shapes can be divided into many different sets of rectangles without changing the area of the whole shape. Let's look at this irregular shape that's on grid paper. It's been divided into 3 different ways. It's been divided 3 different ways. So let's start with our first one. I can see that this shape, this irregular shape, is divided or decomposed into 3 smaller shapes. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to find the area of each shape and then put it back together. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 1, 2, 3. 4 times 3 equals 12. And this one's like a mirror image of it, exact same, it's congruent. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 3 equals 12. and go into the very bottom piece. 1, 2, 3, 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 times 8 equals, ooh, I can skip count by 8 4 times, or I can count by 4 8 times, and I hope you said 32. Now I have the area of the three parts. I need to put them all back together again. The products, I'm going to add them up to find a sum, and that will be the area of this irregular shape. So I have 12, I have another 12, and I have a 32. All right, let's see. 2, 4, 6, 3, 4, 5. 56 square centimeters. All right, now this one is also broke up into 3 smaller shapes. 1, 2, 3. But it's decomposed in a different way than the first one. Let's see. Will our answer be the same? Will the area of this one and this one be the same? Start thinking about that and let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 1, 2, 3. 8 times 3 equals, yes, 24. Again, these two are congruent, same size, same shape. So I can write the exact same thing. 8 times 3 equals 24. And I can't forget about this small rectangle right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 1, 2 equals 8. So my irregular shape was decomposed into 3 shapes. Now I'm going to put it back together again to find out the total area. 24 plus 24 plus my 8. 4 plus 4, 8. 8 plus 8, 16. 6. Carry my 1, 2, 4, 5. 56 square centimeters. CM stands for those centimeters. One more, but with this one, it's been decomposed into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 smaller rectangles. All right, let's try it out. 1, 2, 3, 4 times 1, 2, 3. 4 times 3 equals 12. This one was the exact same. 4 times 3 equal 12. Going over here, same, congruent. 4 times 3 equals 12. Same, 4 times 3 equals 12. Don't forget about this small one. 1, 2, 3, 4 times 1, 2 equals 8. Now again, I'm putting all my products together. 12, 12, 12, 12, and my 8. And let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 plus 8, 16. 6. Carry my 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 56 square centimeters. So even though these irregular shapes were divided differently, the area was the exact same for all 3 of them. Same area. Let's keep learning. I'll do the first practice problem. Find the area of the irregular shape. I first want to decompose it. Divide it up into 2 rectangles. I think I should make a vertical line right here, because I can definitely see a rectangle there and one here. I think that'll be easier for me to see. So let's work on my first one. Again, I like to write this at the top to remind me. Area equals length times width. So I'm looking at my length here, 6, times my width, 2. 6 times 2 equals 12. Yes, this piece is 12. All right, I'm over here. Let me find my length. My length is 2 times my width, 5. 2 times 5 equals 10. I found my area for my 2 smaller pieces. Let's put it back together again. 2 plus 0, 2. 1 plus 1, 2. The area of this irregular shape would be 22 square inches. All right, I think you're ready to start practicing. I'm going to let you do the next one. I'm going to leave that up there. Let's see if I can leave that formula up there. Yes. Now you try one by yourself. Draw this irregular shape on your paper and label the side lengths. I am going to have to erase it so you can see. Then find the area of the irregular shape. I want you to try this on your paper. You're going to draw it, you're going to label the side lengths, and you're going to find the area. Break it apart. When I look at this, I can see a rectangle and a square. Hint, hint. Let's say 30 seconds, all right? All right, let's start checking it. I hope you drew a line right here. I think that would be a good spot to find, to decompose this irregular shape into a rectangle, into a square. Okay, let's do our rectangle first. Remember, I'm going to write it again. Area equals L times W. What does the L stand for? Length. What does a W stand for? Width. All right, let's see with this one. My length, 5. My width, 2. 5 times 2 equals 10. So this piece would be 10 centimeters. Let's go to my square. Length, 2 times width, 2 equals 4. Now adding the pieces back up together. 0 plus 4, 4, bring down my 1. 14 square centimeters. If you had that, give yourself a silent cheer. Yeah. All right. And let's see. Okay. This will be our last problem together. We're going to work this one together. It's just a little bit different from the last one. Okay, now let's do this next problem together. Find the area of the irregular shape. All right, first, I'm going to decompose this shape into 2 smaller rectangles. I'll draw a vertical line. Let's draw a vertical line right here. To find the length of the first piece, or the first rectangle, I'll need to find the length of the whole piece. It says here, this is 5. This whole piece is 5. I only want to find from here to here. So if this is 5 and this is 2, this piece must be 3. That's a little tricky. That's the first one we've had to figure it out on our own. It was not labeled. This piece was not labeled, but I was able to say if this whole piece is 5 and this piece is 2, I can say 5 minus 2 equals 3. That one was just a little tricky, but you persevered with me. All right, now let's go back to it. So length times width, my length is 3 times my width is 2. 3 times 2 equals 6. Let's look at the rectangle at the bottom. My length is 2. My width, how wide it is 5. 2 times 5 equals 10. Let's add it up. 6 plus 0, 6. Bring down that 1. 16 square inches should have been our answer. Area equals length times width. All right. Great work, students. Today, we reviewed finding the area of rectangles and squares by using multiplication. We applied this learning to finding the area of irregular shapes by decomposing the irregular shapes into smaller shapes whose areas we added together to get the total area. You did a wonderful job. I will be putting the student page on my Elmo so you can practice independently. Thank you for inviting me into your home. I hope you enjoyed. I enjoyed being with you, and I can't wait to see you on the next session of Tennessee at Home Learning Series for Math. Bye-bye.